Men that have been in long-term relationships but never married. How did it turn out? I started my LTR at 25 and didn't really think about marriage throughout the 5-year relationship with my ex. Things got bad at the end in that my ex mentally checked out of the relationship, and I was very, very on the fence about being with her. We had one final discussion about the state of the relationship that led to me ending it. She moved out and I helped with any expenses related to it. We are no contact and I moved. Great relationship overall, but I'm glad I didn't marry her. Would have regretted it. I feel happy with my decision to end it and wouldn't have had it any other way. F here. My now husband and I were together 13 years before we got married and since have been married for 2 years. We are still madly in love with each other. Unfortunately, the engagement brought out the worst in his mother, who previously had a very close relationship with me. In turn, she made the wedding process difficult and I don't have anything to do with her now, other than a hello at annual occasions such as Christmas. If we had our time again, we would have eloped and celebrated our love for each other without the background noise. Where I come from, most people don't marry. It was an issue in my previous 6-year relationship because she was a Vietnamese immigrant. I can understand the want for a big celebration. But I've seen many, many bad divorces around me, mostly from immigrant friends that have turned so bad it reinforced my perception. Breakups are already hard. Don't bring in additional players, judge, lawyers, notary, church, etc. If you have kids, the law protects them anyway. Save your money and keep it for a few epic vacations. I wish my ex would have agreed. So you might ignore my comment because we did eventually get married. We were together 12 years before we did though. Neither of us really cared about getting married. Don't care about the religious side of it. We did a civil one. But after those years we thought it best cause, well, why not? We're gonna stay together anyway. She's my love. Plus all the minor benefits like tax stuff and medical. Can't visit in an emergency or make certain decisions unless you're married. Most Reddit users are from that you would get a very different answer. This whilst in other parts of the world where domestic partnerships and civil unions are far more normal compared to America. In those countries, marriage is really more of a ceremonial designation and does not come with added legal rights or tax incentives as marriage confers here in America. Currently been with my GF for close to 6 years. We are both 30. I told her from the beginning I didn't want to get married and she said she didn't want kids. I was fine with this. Well, last year my sister had a kid and now GF is more open to children. Except she will only do it if we are married or get married soon after. With life passing by fast, I feel if we keep putting it off we may not have the chance to have kids. But I'm really not for marriage. I was asked if marriage was on the table and he said it would be, but not now. And they never got married. Then he retired and then gave her a ring. She asked why now, and his response wasn't heartwarming. She didn't really take well to that I wouldn't either, so they separated. Now she's out of a house and can't get custody of her kids, lol. Been with my girlfriend, 1 child together for 8 years. It's been a long hard road due to certain obstacles during our relationship, and because of that you can't compare your relationship to another's. Currently we're struggling with wanting to continue our relationship due to differences in goals, outlook, and one's needs. Not sure how it will turn out. But the memories we made with our son thus far have been great. Together since 2017 so far. Own a home together. Own cars together. Lived together since early 2018. She's been married once for 10 years already. And I don't really care one way or another for marriage. We don't want kids and are happy together as things are. No hate on anyone who wants marriage, of course, just not really hugely motivating. She cheated. We were in high school. She wanted the whole high school experience to have a boyfriend she could see every day. This was after we had both talked about it and decided we wanted to stay together more than we wanted to experience high school. We were both young, dumb, and immature. 6 years together, engaged for 4 years. COVID came and ruined any wedding plans. Then came a baby and then came another. So no wedding yet, lol. We hardly think about it, to be honest. We want to get married. But it's not like it really matters to us that we are not. Maybe we'll never get it done. 10 years, 2 kids, to sterling silver bands from Amazon. Not officially married. Maybe we will someday, but she's not into weddings, so it'll be a signing of paper. Maybe a potluck. I could care less about weddings, but she's now entertaining the thought of taking my last name though. 95 years, it's good. We lived together since we met college roommates. Started dating 2 weeks after we've met. Never was married type of people, neither is she. Maybe we sign sometimes in the future, if needed for some legal financial reason. But for now we're doing good. 15 years together and we're very happy and deeply in love. Why get married? I've seen couples who've been together years get married then break up. The marriage may not be why they broke up, but it certainly didn't stop it. Love doesn't need certification and licensing. I've been with my current partner for 18.5 years. We have a kid together. Never married, because she doesn't like being the center of attention, which is kind of hard to avoid as a bride. In all ways I consider her my wife, but we've never actually made it official. I didn't want to get married, or were agnostic neutral about it. It's her deal breaker. So we are engaged now. I'm not too happy about marriage, but I like the idea of staying with her. So there's that. We're on our 8th year, and I proposed a few months ago. Relationship with my now wife. Never wanted to get married, and we were cool with it. Then we had a kid. Then we had a second kid. It came to the point that the tax and healthcare benefits of marriage outweighed our desires. No regrets 15 years later. My buddy told me he noticed that women act completely different when GF versus wife, and a lot of couples break up after marriage. Something about the title that makes people behave differently. He'd been with his girl for 10 years now, never wants to get married. 17 years and going strong. We didn't want kids and I never saw the point of marriage. Just feels like an attention grabber. And you are forced depending on local laws for what must be said out loud to make promises you can't know you'll be able to keep. Cheated on. She secretly did drugs and stole tens of thousands of dollars at the 12.5-year mark. Engaged 9 years ago. Marrying her would mean I would owe alimony on top of all that. 9 and 3-year-old beautiful daughters that I have full custody of. Controversial opinion here from a woman, Puv, you don't want to marry her. I have so many friends who were of your mind until they met the girl, and then were happy to marry and have had wonderful lives since. Better than anyone I know who got a divorce. 20 years I don't know exactly, was some off on. In the end, when we decided we didn't much care for each other anymore, we simply moved on. And that was that. My dad was with my stepmom for 25 years, until he died. They loved just being boyfriend and girlfriend. They were both married twice and didn't want to do it a third time. They thought it was bad luck. Well, I'm 9.5 years into an unmarried relationship. It's turned out good. We bought a house together and have a kid. For all intents and purposes we are married. Just haven't actually tied the knot. Still together, just past the 20-year mark with him. I'm about as interested in a government-approved relationship as I am in government-approved rock and roll. No thanks. We've been together for 24 years. It works because, even during rough times, we both know we are still there by choice. Not because we are contractually obligated to be. Single now. Dating is a struggle. That my finances have never been better, and with all the extra time at the gym in deadlifting just shy of 500 pounds at 42 years old, lol. Anyone try to break up only to have their relationship get ruled as a common law marriage in the court of law, and end up going through divorce proceedings. Year 16. Still going strong. It was actually her who stated, I don't need a piece of paper to show commitment, we're a few kids in the game now too. We dated for 12 years and had no intention of getting married. Ultimately did because of health and financial incentives. Happily married for 9 years. Currently engaged and starting to plan a wedding. Looking forward to it. Granted, not looking forward to the cost, but the rest of it should be good. It ended after about 6 years, which is, I guess, how long it took her to figure out that I was being serious about never wanting to get married. 12 years, to kids, lots of good times and growing together. Separated, new partner for 3 years now, no intention of more kids or marriage. Pretty good. I feel like I'm adopting a child instead of being in a relationship cause I teach her more lol. We are the same age BTW. 15 years and a primary school age kiddo, with no ring on the finger. Both of us know it doesn't change anything for us, so why waste the money? Still single, have a few FWB. Point for 3 and counting. Single dad though, and I don't be introducing anyone to his life. These days son is 11. Don't do it. Just stay single. Being married in a relationship isn't life requirement in today's age. Enjoy yourself and spoil yourself. I don't understand the appeal of marriage. It's not going to make the relationship stronger. I think it's a very outdated view. Marriage is a dead institution. There is no actual reason for it. Happily been in a relationship without it for 20 years. 23 years and counting. Going great. We've outlasted friends who've been married and divorced twice in that time frame. We split after 17 years. The kids with her. We live within 5 minutes of each other and are the best of friends.